What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we have another response when it comes to a Social Security increase. We have Senator Mark Warner. So someone sent me this information, so I'm getting this third party. I'm going to read this to you guys so you guys can see if this senator is in favor of an increase for Social Security, or does he even address an increase for Social Security in this letter. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. You can also follow my travel adventures on Instagram at Travel Explore Click. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you my email. So if you get a response from your congressperson, please email me, david@travelexploreclick.com, and I will read your letter on the air. Now, I will not show your name or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about it'll be confidential, but I will read the letter. I want to see what these politicians are actually talking about when it comes to a Social Security increase. And so if you guys didn't know, we started a letter campaign, and we started this about 3 weeks ago, and we've been sending out these letters to all the Congress people, okay? And I'm sending it not just to my Congress people, but I'm also sending it to the people who are running for president. And so we're going to see how they respond. Now, I've only received one response. I've sent out 3 letters already, and I've only received one response. So I received a response from President Biden. I sent one out to former President Trump because he's the front runner in the the primary campaigns. And so I sent one out to former President Trump. I did not receive a response. I also sent one to Ron DeSantis. I did not receive a response. And so we'll have to see if they respond to these letters, but as of right now, I have not received a response. Okay, so let's go ahead. The first thing I want to do here is just show you, I think this is important, to show you at the top here, you can see that this came from Senator Mark Warner, okay? And I think that's important, just so you guys know. Now, like I said, this is third-party stuff that I'm receiving here, so I can't verify that it actually came from Senator Warner, but this is a good clue here. If you see in the from line, it says Senator Warner, then it probably came from Senator Warner. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this letter. So it says, "Dear," and this is I whited out the person's name. It says, "Thank you for contacting me about the importance of preserving Social Security benefits and ensuring the long-term solvency and adequacy of the Social Security program. I have deep concerns that the way the system is currently designed, it is not sustainable." Okay. So far he is pretty much saying, okay, this is a problem we need to fix, but let's see if he goes any further and he starts talking about some type of an increase for Social Security, or at least mentions one of the different proposals that are out there right now, Social Security 2100 Act, or even a proposal that Senator Bernie Sanders has for the $2,400 raise for Social Security. Does he talk about that at all? Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. "Since 1935, Social Security has been a vital component of the safety net for seniors, dependent survivors, and the disabled. It remains one of the greatest social programs in the history of our country, providing the primary source of retirement income for many Americans and lifting millions out of poverty each year." Okay, so lifting millions out of poverty each year. This is the reason why it's so important that we address the solvency issue when it comes to Social Security, but not just address the solvency issue, provide some type of an increase, because you have people who are falling into poverty. Just looking at inflation and the struggles that people are having right now, it's past due to have some type of an increase for Social Security. So let's see if he addresses that in this letter. "The Social Security Board of Trustees reported on March 21st, 2023, that without changes, the trust fund for seniors and dependent survivors will be exhausted in 2033. Okay, so we've heard this over and over again, right? All the letters that come out, they give you kind of this history lesson, which I guess it's okay, but when you're writing a letter to your congressperson and you're asking for something, you want them to address what you're asking for. And it just looks like every letter that we're receiving, and I've read what, 3, 4, I think 4 or 5 letters already. Every letter that we're receiving pretty much says the same thing, and they go into that history of why this is an issue, but they don't really go into what they want to do to fix it. Okay, so let's see if he addresses any of that. The depletion of the trust funds would mean beneficiaries could see a significant decrease in their benefits paid. Okay, so right now they're talking about an average of about 23% cut in Social Security by 2033 if nothing is done. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward. Our job as legislators should be to strengthen and protect Social Security and to ensure its solvency and adequacy for future generations. We need to take responsible and necessary steps now in order to keep our promise to those who have paid into the Social Security program. The sooner we address this problem, the more gradually the needed changes can be phased in. Now, this is interesting. Look at what he's saying here. Now, he's not telling us exactly what needs to happen, but this is, when you're talking about gradually phasing this in, it could be, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know how he feels about this, but it could be one thing, raising taxes, right? So raising the payroll tax. They can gradually raise the payroll tax. It could also mean raising the full retirement age, gradually raising the full retirement age. So I don't know exactly where he's going with that, but that's something that you should take note of, the fact that he's saying gradually phase it in. And he's right, in a sense. If you start now, you have time, and that's why they need to start now, because you have time to gradually phase this stuff in. But if you wait until the last minute, now it's critical that you do something, and you might have to make some drastic changes. So that full retirement age, instead of gradually moving into a full retirement age of 69 or 70, you would have to do it much quicker. Or even if it's raising the payroll tax, you're going to have to do it, it's going to have to be higher. So if you start now, you can gradually move it up. So you can start it at, let's say if it's 6.2% now, that's what everybody's paying right now, then you raise it gradually to 7.2%, but you don't do it overnight. But if you wait until the last minute, then you're going to have to do it overnight, and it'll be a 1% increase for everyone across the board from one day to the next. So we don't want that to happen. So that's why, when it comes to phasing it in, doing it now is the time. Okay, kicking the can down the road only means practical solutions will only get more expensive and would require larger changes to the program. Rest assured, as the next generation and future generations of Americans retire and come to rely on Social Security, I will work to guarantee our promise of a secure retirement for millions of seniors in Virginia and nationwide. And there it is, Mark Warner. Okay, so there was Mark Warner. Now, he didn't talk about a Social Security increase. He didn't talk about any of the proposals that are out there, if he supported any of the proposals that are out there. I know for a fact that he said that he does support the Social Security 2100 Act, so I'm surprised that he didn't mention that. But when it comes down to it, something needs to be done. We know something needs to be done now, so he's correct in that. So far, with all the letters that I've read, and I will post a link so you guys can check out all the letters that I've read so far, and I think it's either 4 or 5, but all the letters did not address a Social Security increase, which should be concerning because we've had some Republican letters that we've read. We've had some Democrats. Warner's a Democrat. And in the past, he's talked about support for the Social Security 2100 Act. I think he even supports Senator Bernie Sanders' plan. So he's talking about, he's supporting the $2,400 raise in Bernie Sanders' case or the Social Security 2100 Act, but he doesn't put it in a letter. He doesn't put it in writing. And so that should be concerning. Now, as soon as you guys receive letters, email me those letters. I'll put the email in the bottom here again so you guys can check it out and send me them. I want to read them. I want to see what's going on when it comes to these politicians. Some politicians are talking a big game. They're talking, yes, I support this increase for Social Security, but then when they send you a letter in writing with their name signed up below, it's a different story. So we're going to have to really hold them to this and see where this goes. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.